Lucas,
Thank you.
Direct question. What is the modular plant concept and why we need it?
Fantastic. Thank you for this question. Good. I would never guess that you ask this question.
This is not prepared.
Yeah.
This is purely spontaneous.
Anyway, so quick introduction to what A4BEE stands for. Architects for Business is a small company from Poland. We are working mainly with the foreign customers, and we are consultancy for R&D, or sometimes R&D for consultants and so on. Because we are working in the domain which is very much under non-disclosure agreements, that would be at the end of my story here, but fortunately, we are trying to generalize some kind of lesson learned which we are getting from our customers. We help them with the strategic kind of choices, how to get to the markets with the new technologies. We help them with translating business vision to technical terms, how to implement the new concepts. But we also, what we love the most and what is the most exciting for us is we are focusing on digital lab, where we are trying to figure out what is beyond Industry 4.0. We are working with the customers who do not, I don't want to say don't care, but they do not see value in catching up with the people who are already market leaders in the markets. They want to leapfrog them. They want to see what is next. Everything which is already on the market, they want to buy it, or they just want to acquire it. But what is the next thing which will be a real differentiator for them? So Industry 5.0, 6.0, whatever number we can put there, this is where we are trying to work.
You're one of the, it's also focused on services. I don't see
Correct.
Too much companies, partners already advising, consulting in services, and that's also part of your business.
Correct, exactly. And the product to service transformation is one of the hot topics which we are also helping our customers to wrap their heads around. But going back to the question, why we need modular plant, we heard already from Bosch that there are concepts coming in, things like batch of one, right? Who heard about batch of one? It's not in every industry, it doesn't make sense in every industry, but for example, we work a lot with the pharma and life science. You would like to have your personalized drug, right? You don't want to have a mass-produced drugs. You want to have this dose which saves your life. So that's a batch of one. In fact, your car probably is a batch of one because there is most probably right now new cars are never identical. There is so many configuration options that they are built to order. So it's a batch of one. Although there are parts of the mass manufacturing, you need to tailor your production. How to do this if you have a very fixed, very non-flexible production line, right? Then you need to start to come with the concepts which might be called modular production. But in order to get there, I would like to take 3 steps back and really try to understand why we need this Industry 4.0 discussion. And I would like to make a bold claim that all the discussions where we are saying we are driven by the costs and automation, those are the wrong reasons, because this is not inspirational. Right? We don't want to have an Industry 4.0 as the how to make your next quarter better to get the bigger bonus. We are talking about collaboration between the companies. How do we want to make people collaborate if this is only about money? So now those 3 steps back. When Elon Musk was a younger guy and he just sold PayPal and he said he wants to fly to the Mars, everybody was kind of laughing because how this guy can do that. Well, he didn't start with planning what he will do on the Mars. He started to do with the basics. How to build a rocket, which is business. There is a sustainable business behind it. It can land, there are different parts and so on. Eventually that we can fly it. Now the question is not if we are going there, but when. Cool thing about it is that my clicker, fine, is working. That right now the people are already planning what will happen on Mars. And very interesting thing is that they are planning for what is unknown. A little bit like with our production manufacturing today. They are building concepts of very modular robots, which can do different functions depending how they are put together. Exactly the same how I believe our production lines should be built for the future. We don't know what we will produce, in what quantity, with what features. So now, what would be the equivalent of sending humans to Mars in the manufacturing space? I believe the answer is one. It's just free manufacturing. How do we do everything that there is a free manufacturing for everybody? New universal law except of universal income. how about everybody has a right to own things, or everybody has a right to have the specific stuff which should be owned by every person? It is possible with technologies which we have already today, right? We have the sustainable electricity, we have robotization, we have automation, we have logistics which can do full automation. We, of course, are lacking the integration. And only by showing such a purpose where everybody can get around, I think we can do it. We are working a lot in pharma and life science. We are very much focusing on pushing the boundaries what can be done in the medicine production. And of course, the ultimate goal is how to get the free medicine for everybody, how to get the life-saving drugs which are personalized for everybody. Now, it might sound like a dream, but again, there are technologies which are already fulfilling entire picture, what you need to create this. AI can do the protein folding better than some of the scientists. Soon enough, if we have a properly created manufacturing plants which are modular, we can adjust the production based on the needs for the specific patients. And now, the last slide, I promise, is that where do we start? Because now I want to go back from the Mars to Earth. Right? We are not yet on Industry 5.0, 6 or 7. We are still in Industry 4.0. There are interesting standards coming up to life. They are helping vendors, software providers, solution providers to communicate with each other. There are things like Namur and MTP. I don't know if anybody from here heard about it, but this is the effort which the industry leaders, including Bosch and many others, are trying to bring to the market, that doesn't matter what you're buying from which vendor, you can still communicate in the same way and create the orchestration layers on top of that. And start to be very flexible in what you are doing, how you are doing, bringing the cost down if it's needed, but eventually fulfilling this broader aim of really making the manufacturing for free.
Impressive. Is the market ready for it? Is your customer ready for it? Is he ready to pay for your consultancy?
Yes, for the time being they are paying. For the time being they are paying. Yes, I think that they are ready. Society is probably not ready, because if we would bring in everything for free, I think we would have other challenges than only technical one. And it won't happen tomorrow. There is a huge amount of integration between different technologies and also political, economical things. But I think this is the only way. This is the place where we should head, right?
Fully agree, but with companies like you, the three companies here, bringing real smart manufacturing into the marketplace, the front runners like the Elon Musk, I think that's helping to speed things up. So thank you very much.
Thank you.